Hello everyone and welcome to my channel called Demon Storytime. Thank you so much guys for coming, for your likes, for your comments, for your shares, donations, and kind of support. Highly appreciated. Today we keep reading Grimm's fairy tales and today is the last story, my dears. Yeah, we finished the big book. Can you imagine? Yeah. Very thick. And our story is called The Star Money. How interesting. Once upon a time, there was a little girl whose father and mother had died. She became so poor that she could no longer afford to live in their tiny house. She had to go out into the world with only the clothes she stood up in and one little print piece of bread in her hand. Disaster. Off the girl went down the road until she met a beggar man who said, "Oh, please, give me something to eat. I'm so hungry." The little girl looked at the piece of bread in her hand and her empty tummy rumbled. Then she looked at the poor beggar man and saw his pleading eyes. "Have this with my blessing," she said, and she handed the man her whole piece of bread. How generous. She went a little further and came to a poor child sitting by the roadside. He was very thin and shivering from the beating wind. "My head is freezing," the little boy moaned. "Please give me something to cover it with." So the little girl took off her hood and gave it to him. Down the road she went until she came to another child even poorer and colder than the first. He stared up at her with dark, sunk eyes in his ghostly, pale face. The little girl took off her jacket and wrapped it around the boy's shoulders with a gentle smile. A short way further on, the little girl saw a bundle of rags in a doorway. Can it be any sadder than that? Horrible. She threw everything she got. She drew closer and to her horror saw that it wasn't a bundle of rags, but a girl, thick, thin, and only wearing tatters. The little girl didn't hesitate. She took off her frock and dressed the beggar girl in it. Now the little girl was shivering herself, but she didn't mind. She traveled on into a deep dark forest. There among the trees was another poor abandoned child. His feet were bare and bleeding. Oh my god. Scratched to bits by sharp rocks and thorns. The little girl winced to see them. They looked so painful. She bent down and took off her own little shoes and offered them to the boy. He took them at once with heartfelt thanks. Then the little girl went on her way once more. Now she had nothing at all, not one single thing left that she could give, and she wondered whatever would become of her. She looked up at the dark heavens and gazed at the millions of stars gleaming up above. They, sh- they shone and glittered and twinkled and began to fall from the sky. The little girl thought she must be dreaming, but there were shining coins falling all around her. She clapped her hands and laughed with delight and hurried to gather as many as she could carry. Then she was rich all the days of her life and lived happily ever after. Oh well, the ending was not that sad as the beginning. Here she is, getting her reward. Yeah, that's it, my dears. That's the end of our book. Thank you so much for coming and see you next time. Bye.